Ladies and gentlemen, an absolute bombshell, a nuclear catastrophic blockbuster trade in the NBA. The Dallas Mavericks are trading their franchise guard, Luka Dončić. Yes, you heard it correctly. Luka Dončić to the LA Lakers for all-around defender and all-around world player, Anthony Davis. Now, here are the full details of the trade. The Lakers are going to get Luka Dončić, Max Kleber, and Markieff Morris. The Dallas Mavericks are going to get Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 Lakers first-round draft pick. And the Utah Jazz are going to get Jalen Hood, a 2025 Clippers second-rounder, and a 2025 Mavericks second-round draft pick. Now, when this news first broke late last night at 12:12 a.m., we all thought, the whole entire NBA world thought, that Shams Charania got hacked, that there is no way in hell that the Dallas Mavericks would trade a generational talent, a generational player in his prime at age 25 years old, Luka Dončić, to the Dallas Mavericks, and only get back Anthony Davis, who's a great player within his own right, and only one draft pick, one first-round draft pick. What in the hell is the Dallas Mavericks general manager by the name of Nico Harris thinking of trading away his franchise? Who in Dallas gave him the okay, gave him the green light to do such an asinine, ridiculous trade? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. And every time Nico Harris is saying these public statements, it gets worse and worse and worse for him. He probably has a bounty out for him right now in the state of Texas. There is an arrest warrant right now for Dallas Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison, because he literally said that when he brought up the trade idea to the new Dallas Mavericks owner, this is his quote, say, hey, he laughed at me when he brought up the idea of trading away Luka Dončić to the Dallas Mavericks new owner and Patrick Dumont. He literally said he laughed at me. Of course he'll laugh at you, because it's a fucking stupid ass trade idea. Not to mention that when he approached Rob Pelinka about the trade idea, Rob responded back saying, nah, you're joking, right? Everybody with two functioning brain cells is thinking that this man cannot be serious about trading Luka Dončić. And there was reports that the Dallas Mavericks approached the Lakers. It wasn't the Lakers approached Dallas about Luka. It was the Dallas Mavericks general manager, Nico Harris, approached Rob Pelinka and the Lakers about trading away Luka Dončić. Now, according to the Dallas Mavericks side of things, that they were concerned about Luka Doncic's conditioning. They were concerned that he was a liability on the defensive end, and that he was probably not going to sign that Supermax extension of a 5-year, $345 million deal. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you this right now. If you have concerns about a player not being in peak physical condition, well, you can put him on the program to be put in peak physical condition. Look at what the shit that the New Orleans Pelicans are dealing with Zion Wilson. They continue to deal with Zion coming in every single training camp out of shape. Why? Because he's the face of the franchise. You want to talk about, well, the concern about Luka being a liability on the defensive end. Who the fuck cares? Steph Curry was a liability on the defensive end. He has 4 championships. Kyrie Irving was always a liability on the defensive end. He has a championship. So the guards, players who are a liability on the defensive end, you can mask that by putting around great defensive players around him. They did that with Steph Curry. They did that with Kyrie Irving. So why couldn't you have done the same thing with Luka Dončić? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Something had to happen behind the scenes that we do not know about. Maybe Nico Harris is purposely trying to sabotage the Dallas Mavericks organization. Maybe he doesn't like it. Maybe he doesn't like the owner. But anybody, if he had told anybody to say, hey, I'm thinking about trading Luka Dončić, he would have been fired immediately the minute those words came out of his mouth. You do not trade away an all-world generational talent at 25 years old, barely entering his prime, for a 31, soon to be 32-year-old who was nicknamed Street Clothes because he spends more of his time sitting on the bench than playing because he's injury prone. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Now, there's conspiracy theories out there that maybe you know that the Lakers pressured the Dallas Mavericks to trade away an all-world talent to an all-world organization like the LA Lakers because of the NBA rings have been a complete shit show. They're in the dumpster fire right now, and maybe this is going to revitalize the ratings and have people talk about it. But there's still no justification into making this trade at all. At all. And it makes things worse that all parties involved, Luka Dončić, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Kyrie Irving, both coaches from both opposing teams, had to find out literally on social media that the trade was happening from Shams. The organizations didn't tell or didn't even give a warning or a heads up to Luka or Anthony Davis that they were possibly being traded for each other. And all these fans, all these people on television want to bitch, moan, and complain about that, players don't show organizations any more loyalty when it shows time and time again organizations never ever show any fucking loyalty to players. You expect players to bend over backwards for an organization. Meanwhile, organization doesn't even have basic communication skills just to give a player a heads up saying, hey, we might be thinking about trading you, instead of finding out on the internet like everybody else. Just a total slap in the face, a total disrespect. So that's why I'm all in favor of any time when a player wants to do what's in the best interest for themselves. If it comes to screwing over the organization, well, fuck the organization. Because for many, many years, time after time after time again, the organization always screws the players, and they always call it best for business. But when a player does what's in the best interest for themselves, oh my God, you're a horrible player, you're a horrible teammate. How could you do this to a franchise? Fuck the franchise. If you have that mentality, you're a fucking slave. Not even a call, a text, a voicemail, a email, a letter, nothing. And they had to find out on social media, on the internet, like everybody else. Absolutely, utterly fucking ridiculous. And Nico Harris again wants to say, well, that they believe that Anthony Davis fits more of their time window of about 3 to 5 years instead of the next 10 years. Well, listen, Nico Harris, your championship window after getting Anthony Davis has shrunken tremendously. Anthony Davis is going to be 32 years old. Kyrie Irving is going to be 33 years old. So if you don't win the next championship between the next 2 to 5 years, this trade is going to go down as an absolute disaster. Having a young stud like Luka Dončić expanded your championship window, so you could possibly contend for a title for the next 5 to 10, 15 years because he's so young. But you literally gift wrapped him to fucking LeBron James and Lakers. Makes no sense. And let's just say this. If they were so very concerned about Luka Doncic's conditioning and that, he's put on too much pounds since he came into the league, you literally gave him the best mentor that is going to teach him how to properly train, how to properly eat, and how to properly take care of his body. LeBron James has taken tremendous care of his body for 22 years in the NBA. The amount of time LeBron has taken care of his body is almost the same age as Luka Dončić. You are literally just created another demon. And when Luka goes back to play against the Dallas Mavericks, he's going to look to drop 50. How dare you trade him? Because you had some concerns, some minor issues that are fixable. There isn't Luka Dončić coming off the tree. When you get somebody of that caliber, of that all-world superstar, you do whatever you can to keep him, not fucking trade him. And then now this also puts question, what is going to be Kyrie Irving's future? Because Kyrie was reportedly very, very pissed off and shocked, just like everybody else, about them trading Luka. Kyrie Irving has a player option at the end of this season. He can easily opt out and go sign with another team. Now, Nico Harrison, your dumbass just lost your 2 all-star guards and Luka and Kyrie in the span of fucking 6 months because you decided that you want to be on the headlines of social media because you decided you wanted people to talk about you. What a fucking moron. What a complete and absolute fucking moron. I could go on and on all day about this trade. It absolutely makes no damn sense. And for everybody coming down Mark Cuban's throat, because remember, Mark Cuban said this quote a couple of years ago. Quote, if I have to choose between my wife and keeping Luka on the Mavs, catch me at my lawyer's office prepping for divorce. But people forget that Mark Cuban sold majority of his ownership of the Dallas Mavericks to somebody else, which I just mentioned his name, to the Dermont's family. So he only owns about 20% majority stake. So therefore, he had no say in it whatsoever. Obviously, he loves Luka. He would have never, ever okayed and signed away for them trading Luka Dončić. But he had no say in the matter. Clearly, this was all Nico Harrison, and for the fucking owners of the team to let him do such an asinine, ridiculously stupid trade, they need to sell the team as well. Nico Harris should have been fired the minute he brought that trade idea up to him. Say, yo, pack your shit, you gotta go. Ain't no way in hell you giving up Luka Dončić. Luka Dončić is literally one of the only 5 to 6 players that are untouchable in the NBA. And you literally made somebody that was untouchable, touchable, and you gave him to somebody who was going to unlock his true potential. How in the hell can you allow this to happen? There had to be some type of sneakiness, dirtiness going on behind the scenes for the Dallas Mavericks and for Nico Harris to do this. Something is going on behind the scenes for them to trade away an all-world player. And they literally only contacted the Lakers, no other teams. If they made Luka Dončić available in trade talks, you don't think teams would have been lining up their assets left and right to try to get their hands on him? You would have seen a multitude of first-round draft picks, a multitude of star players, a multitude of young talent to try to get their hands on Luka Dončić. The Spurs would have probably gave the Mavericks a haul. Obviously not going to trade Wemby, but Castle, Devin Vassell, Kendall Johnson, 4 or 5 first-round draft picks. You can get the janitor, you get the mop boy, you get the custodian, you get anybody you want. But you only call the Lakers just to get Anthony Davis and only 1 first-round draft pick? Not to mention Rudy Gobert got traded for 4 first-round draft picks. Luka Dončić, who is 10 times better than Rudy Gobert, an all-world talent who already has a Hall of Fame career resume, only gets traded for 1 first-round draft pick. That's in about 2029. That's what, about 3, 4, 5 years away? That's what you get for Luka? Really? Nico Harris deserves to be drug tested, fired, tased, arrested immediately. He is the most wanted man in Dallas right now. He has severely and permanently set this franchise back for the next 5 to 10 years with this lunacy of a trade. And the fact that this man had the nerve to say, well, you know, we're worried about right now. Who cares what happens in the next 10 years? Indicating that him and Jason Kidd might die within the next 10 years. Hell, that might even be buried next to each other. Why the fuck would you say something like that? What in your right mind possesses you to say something stupid like that? I think this man literally has something wrong with him. And the fact that he still has a job as a general manager of a basketball organization is beyond me. The fact that the Dallas Mavericks owners have not fired him for making this trade and setting the franchise back so many years is beyond me. The fact that the owner laughed at you, the fact that the guy that you called to make this trade thought that you were joking and trolling him goes to show you that you are the only stupid person in the room. Nobody else was thinking that you're serious. Nobody else thought that you were stupid enough to do something as ridiculous as this, but you thought your stupidity was bravery. Complete and utter nonsense. But let me know what you guys think about the bombshell trade of Luka Dončić going from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers to play alongside LeBron James, and Anthony Davis getting traded to the Dallas Mavericks to play alongside Kyrie Irving. Who won this trade? It was the Los Angeles Lakers by a mile. Let me know what you guys think about the trade. Leave your comments down below. Smash like button. Subscribe to the channel. I will catch you guys later. Peace.